This morning I'm joined by an entrepreneur, a man of many talents. Good morning, sir.
Morning to you, Ebenezer, and morning to your listeners.
How are you doing?
I'm well, man. I'm well. It's a good day. I'm having a good time.
That's wonderful.
It's good to be your guest today. I'm honored.
Thank you. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. You know, for the men and the women by Longoring, I don't know if they are living under a rock. I don't know if maybe they don't have access to get a taste of the amazing work that you are doing. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself there?
No, thank you very much. I don't think they're living under a rock. I'm a very simple person.
Okay.
So yeah, my name is Mantomo Caswell Molapo. I'm popularly known as Ronny in the circles that I hang around with, especially in the entertainment space. I've got a place in Limpopo called Ronny's Car Wash. It's an old establishment that I'm busy building nice and slow. I grew up in Makuru, Ramphahlele. I went to school, primary, secondary in Makuru. I'm a metallurgist by profession. So that's my other life. I regard myself as a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'm a family man. I've got a wife and 2 kids. Yeah. Entrepreneurship, it's something that I grew up with. Okay. I grew up in a family where my parents were running businesses. And I think as we go into our conversation today, I'll be able to share a little bit of more light.
Definitely.
Because that's where my inspiration is actually coming from. My entrepreneurship journey is something that I've seen growing up as a child from a family that has been running businesses.
Wow, that is powerful. You know, the temptation, especially when we are young, the temptation after university, after prospectus, and you're like, hey, I like this big fancy name. Let me study this thing or let me do that. Talk to me about how you discovered your own journey or your own purpose, because today we are talking about purpose, finding that place more you can fit in, finding that place more you can serve your gift. How did you discover your own?
Look, I like I'm telling you that I grew up in a family of businesses. My mom from 1991 up to today. She still works Koskolo, selling food to the kids. So I was that guy who never took a lunchbox to school, both my primary and my secondary life.
Okay.
My dad had a tavern. From an early age, as early as 1993, I was working in the tavern with my brother.
Okay.
So I always knew that one day I will want to be in business.
Okay.
But
wow.
The purpose came in. It's not something that you discover immediately. I went to school like any other child. I was very smart kid growing up, both co-strating and even at school. I was doing very well academically. And I went to Vetstech back in the days. It's now University of Johannesburg. That's where I really got to discover my purpose. And I realized, I need a paper at the end of the day. But basically, this is not the direction that I want to take.
Okay.
I always saw myself as somebody who will want to solve problems. So for me, entrepreneurship is solving people's problems. You identify a need somewhere, you bring in a solution, and you monetize the solution and make money out of it. That's how I look at entrepreneurship. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I've worked in different mining companies. I was trained by Lonmin.
Okay.
And I've worked in different operations until I joined another company where I was now a sales engineer. Okay. So my work, my purpose was now getting closer to where I wanted to be. I grew up selling, and eventually I got to a company that allows me to sell their equipment.
Yes.
But obviously in that, you need to identify a need for them to use your equipment. You need to give them a solution.
Yes.
So you don't go in and say, I'm selling you this. You say, I want to give you this kind of a solution. And this is how it's going to save your money. This is how you're going to make money out of it. So instead of people looking at what they are going to bring to your business, you must be able to project what are they going to benefit from spending money or from doing business with you.
Wow.
So my journey, as I grew, I'm 41 years this year. As I grow, I start to realize that actually my focus is always on bringing in solution.
Wow.
And obviously with time, you really need to be very innovative on how you bring in solution, because you can bring in the same thing that Ebenezer is brought in, but you just find an innovative way to package it nicely and better, and people will relate to it because you've packaged it better. So I'm on a journey of being able to bring in solution. In any way that I go, I try to identify critical problems that people are struggling with, find a way to package them in a way that I can make money out of it, but at the same time delivering a solution for them.
You know, the temptation, especially for because the time that we find ourselves in, people are unemployed, that they've been trying to look for jobs and all these other things. The temptation that they may have, when they look at you, the amazing work that you are doing right now, I don't know, this man didn't have any challenges, man. This one, I mean, like he said, or he's very smart, now I'm not smart. And they want to come up with excuses. Maybe take us back a little bit to a young you. As you are thinking about your career, as you are thinking about some of the things that you are doing, maybe even considering even university. Take us maybe back to that young you who, I don't know if I would say, or as you are going through the adolescent stages, as you are planning your life, before we get to where you are right now. Take us back there a little bit.
So one of the things that I must mention, I've got about, I'll say 40 employees that are working for 2 of my companies. And I always see the young me in most of the young guys that I've hired.
Yes.
I see people that are willing to find themselves, discover what they are good at, because majority of people, including myself at a young age, you all you wanted was to be employed.
Yes.
You didn't know. If you were to sit and ask somebody, and I do it a lot, what are you passionate about? You find somebody really struggling to answer a question like that because they've never really sat down and I mean, something that you're passionate about is something that you can do without getting paid. But it will be nice if you are doing what you love and you are getting paid for it.
Oh, yes, yes.
So majority of us, all we wanted to do is to make a difference at home. You come from a family where opportunities were very limited.
Yes.
A lot of high unemployment, and all you want to do is to be employed. And then that's why you get people saying to you, namabra, anything. Okay, say you're looking for work, yes. Which one? Anything. And you can't have that. You need to at least say, I will be happy if I get this kind of a job, because I think that's where my passion is. Obviously, if you don't have experience, at least rely on something. Passion might be one of them.
Yes.
Because then waking up in the morning and going to work won't feel like work. It will feel like something that it's like you meet somebody playing soccer on the street. If you really love soccer, you'll just want an opportunity to get your boots and play.
Yes.
And have a good time. So the young me was somebody who grew up in an environment where there was so much lack of opportunities. And we really had to, the resources were not well. I went to school under very difficult conditions, and I think some of them made me who I am now, because I didn't have the luxury to go to school and be able to have drink alcohol in the evening.
Yes.
My parents could not afford that. I had to wait for my mom to sell Magwinyago school on Friday, send me 500, which was never enough. And my dad was not working. The business that he was working on was not doing well. He had to go back to employment. And I looked at it and I was like, if ever one day I were to resign and leave my 9-to-5 work to start my business, I don't want to be like my dad, who left employment to start businesses and eventually find himself going back looking for employment. I don't want to be that guy. But in the process, I've learned a lot out of him and how he used to do things. I just told myself that I will want to do it better if I'm given the opportunity. So to answer your question, I grew up in a space where opportunities were limited, and I've made it my responsibility to say, in the area that I'm coming from, as things are, it's not a mining town. Everybody, the few people that are working are either working for government or retail, and it can only absorb so many people. Other than that, you have to leave Limpopo and go to Joburg and look for something out there. But I then told myself that part of the solution that I need to bring in is to make sure that there's employment opportunities in the area. And that's why I had to come back and say, if I need to start opening my office and my workshop, where will the place be? The place will be Magurum, because I'm aware of the challenges that these villages, and I'm talking the villages around Rampatele or Lepelle Nkumbi in general. My responsibility is to make sure that people get employment. That's all that I need to do. People get opportunities. We have partnered with TVET colleges to make sure that we are able to get students from them, give them experience so that they can start being more attractive to bigger companies. And that's our journey. That's our ultimate aim at the end of the day.
Talk to me about the sense of responsibility, because for many of us and many young people, they know the living conditions at home. They know one at the Taganjari or two. But they've got the luxury to do all these other things, to play. Where did you get that sense of responsibility to know, man? While I'm here, while I'm doing these things as a young person, there's a mom at home who's paying the price for me to do this. There's a father at home who's paying the price for me to do this. And I can't afford to do things, they are going to make their sacrifices or be in vain. Where did you get that responsibility?
I think everything, charity begins at home, man. If you were, I was very lucky to be brought up with both of my parents being alive. I know in this day and age, it's much of a luxury for most household. But I think the fact that I grew up in a environment like that humbled me, because there's certain things that I will know that my father will not be proud if they were to see this. My mom will not be proud if they were to see this. So with that, you somehow try to model your life around how you've been brought up. I've been brought up by a family that is very humbled. So it was not gonna be easy. I know in this day and age of social media, there's so much temptations, especially for young guys, to try and conform and be part of the trends. But if you know where you're coming from, some of these things will be very difficult for you to even try to conform to the trends that it's at your disposal at any time.
Yeah, no, that's very powerful, because a lot of young people, they're not for content. Let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think we need to really caution and warn young people. I know this day and age is not only young people. You even have older people that are just new on the social media platforms doing certain things. But we need to warn them that social media, not everything that we see on social media, it's a true reflection of how people are. People are acting, and somehow we need to give it that space to say, this is not as genuine as it. If you were to meet these people in their own spaces, this is not how they conduct themselves. And when you want to look at them and you want to be like them, it's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's very dangerous.
No, it is.
That's very dangerous. Because I remember one time when I saw it, and I was very shocked. Man, this person, I thought the life that they are living on social media was a true reflection of life. And then that's when I realized, oh no, man, it looks very deceiving. You know?
No, very true. And we need to be very deliberate about it and say, not everything that we see on social media. We see now with the Madanga Commission happening, people are getting arrested, and we get to realize so and so has been funded.
Yes.
The lifestyle was funded by proceeds of crime and corruption, and now it starts to make sense for most people.
Oh, yes.
And these are the people that we have been praising, looking up at and saying, no, this is how I want to live my life. But you realize, some of these people, the fleshy life that we see on social media, some of them really have to go to the extremes in order for them to maintain that kind of a life. And we can't model our life around such people.
Yes. And while we're here, the temptation, especially when you are just getting into business, when you look at other people flashing those Lamborghinis, flashing those big houses, you're still starting out in business, you have not even broken even. There's a temptation in social media, or no, man. Let me post I see the contract so and so. Talk to us about that as you got into business.
For those who know me, I'm very active on social media. And I'm very deliberate on how I want people to see me. I love cooking. Most of my posts will be about food, because that's what I love. It will be about family. That's what I love. It will be about my work. That's what I love.
Yes.
Anything else, I can wait. And I don't have the pressure, because when you are content, I do this because I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's tough, very tough, and it can be even tougher for most people if there's such a word. For most people, if you do something because somebody's doing it. So now I do it because I love doing it. So I don't wake up going to work. I'm happy when I see 30 people getting paid at the end of the month, and I know I've made a difference.
Yeah.
Those salaries will go a long way. Somebody's will spend it with their family, they will do certain things, they will advance their career. For me, my work is done.
Yes.
So I don't find a need to try and show off and say, I sleep better at night knowing I've made a difference.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's why I was talking about passion earlier. Because of the passion, it doesn't feel like work. It feels very easy, and I don't find a need to try and convince somebody else that, look, my business is doing well. How I measure the health of my business is being able to make an impact to the people that are involved in the business directly, but also to the clients that I'm servicing.
Wow.
If I'm able to make that difference, then I'm happy. I don't think I'll get excited or find a need to say I've got a 2 million order from Kaikai. No. I'm happy that at the end of the month, when I look at the salaries that I'm paying, there's 500,000 that goes to payroll.
Yes.
This means a certain young engineer there is getting his salary. Up to the cleaner in the office is getting his salary. And what they're going to do with that money, you'll be very surprised that they are making a very big difference in the space that they are in.
Yes.
And they are able to do that because of the platform that I've created for them to get the employment and be able to, advance their career. I'm very passionate about career development. So being able to see young guys that are starting up, one day they come and show me. I'll tell you one thing. 6 months will not go by without somebody calling me to say, I'm going to come and show you my new car. I've bought a car, I've bought you a bottle of whiskey just to appreciate.
Wow.
And those are the things that keeps me going. Because I get to realize the impact that I'm able to make in other people's life.
Wow.
So I'm not about the fleshy lifestyle.
Yes.
If you were to see me in my own space, I'm just a normal person who lives a very simple life.
Yeah, and talk to me about this sense of purpose. Yeah, my business here, it's not to show off. I want to ensure that my community is transformed. Because I always say this, that the biggest mistake that you and I can make when we are achieving success, we live but very long and then we then want to flash the lifestyle. Forgetting when we are not there, those people that we are not developing, they are taking care of us and our families. Talk to me about this sense of duty and responsibility towards the community.
Look, for me, I've realized I had to choose. You can flash your own lifestyle and be the it guy and look like you've made it. But it's not sustainable.
Oh, yes.
It's never enough. You buy this fancy car today, there's somebody driving something bigger than that. You buy most expensive clothes and shoes and that. You get to a space where you think you're gonna make that grand entrance because you're driving. You find somebody parking a much more expensive car and dressed in more expensive. So you'll never win.
Oh, yes.
You just need to sit and say, but I know that if I'm making a difference in one person, that person will impact another people, and the whole nation eventually we will get somewhere. And I need to sit and be fulfilled that I've done my part.
Yeah.
So that even one day, God forbid, Mudima and Khopola and I leave this world, there should be guys who come and say, you know, if it wasn't for that guy,
yes,
I wouldn't be where I am today. But if I were to buy fancy clothes and big cars to show off, I need to buy a big car because I've got a purpose for it. Not because Ebenezer has bought something in Namas.
Yes.
I'll stick to my lane. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wearing expensive shoes, expensive whatever. It's all about why are you doing it? Are you doing it to show off, or are you doing it because what the devil for the hard work that you have done? If you're doing it wrongly, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Because when you buy this one, you know my budget is 5,000. There's another one that you sold for 7,000 and you left it there.
Yeah.
You took the 1 year 5,000. You go to an event thinking, I'm gonna kill it. You find somebody wearing the one that you've left that you could not afford.
Couldn't afford.
And this one you're not going to appreciate it anymore.
Yes.
You feel like, now I need to go back to that. That's why you see all these guys driving 15 cars. Somebody was being caught now. They say he's got so many. You sit and say, why?
Well, yes.
When is he even going to have a chance to drive this car?
Oh, yes, yes.
So it will show you that you will never get enough. You will never get content.
Yes.
You buy this one, you come next time somebody's driving a bigger one, you go and look for another one. So for me, it's about making an impact. It's about making a difference. Because I've realized that there's a lot of people who are supposed to be doing well, but they just lacked that first opportunity. They just needed one person to believe in them and give them the chance. And they will go a long way in assisting other people. So that's how we need to look at life. We need to make sure that our engagement are so impactful amongst the people that we hang around with, so that we can be able to transform as a nation.
Yes. Wow, that's very powerful. I mean, for many people, when they find themselves and they see, oh no, man, I can do this. I can make a living in this. I can impact my community. Some of them then, they stop dreaming big. They don't even think about building systems for the business. They don't even think about maybe having branches. They are just thinking about eating and no legacy. Talk to me about that. Or no, man, you said, or no, I don't only just want to have my own needs met. I want to contribute in the community. But beyond that, talk to me about that.
Yeah, no. Thank you. You know that one. It's a topic on its own, and I think I'm just gonna touch on it. There's a book by Michael E. Gerber. It's called The E-Myth. I was having a conversation with a friend, and in the discussion, he said, "You must read this book." And I said, "No, I'll go and buy it." I bought the book. That book has since been my Bible. One of the things that he's trying to talk about, it's an entrepreneur who's in a technician mode. So if you're in a technician mode, it means, so what he's saying, or if you have a business that relies on you to operate, you don't have a business.
Yes.
You are self-employed.
Yes.
Because it means if you are sick, the business is sick. So I find the book talking to me because it makes me look back at the journey coming from a business family. And I look at them, and it's not only in my village. There's a lot of villages where there's abandoned buildings now, but no kamala nail shop mama.
Yes.
Hey. And the shop closed down. It's because there's no systems.
Yes.
You will want anything was relying on the business owner to operate. So one of the things that I've learned out of that book, it's actually, in order for you to run a business, you must be willing to build systems.
Yes.
And the systems are important to help you to, they give you freedom. Because you know that if I'm sitting with Ebenezer now in the studio, the business is running.
Yes,
Everybody knows what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
And they're doing exactly that. He gives an example with McDonald's to say, if you go to any McDonald's in the world and you order a burger, it will still be the same burger that you ate in South Africa if you were to eat it in Australia. It will still take the same amount of time to prepare it. It doesn't matter whether you buy it in the morning or most McDonald's are 24 hours.
Yes.
The guy who bought it in the morning and you bought it in the evening, it will still taste the same. Why? Because they've managed to put in systems.
Yes.
So if you are not willing to build systems for your business, you are just self-employed.
Yeah.
And you will be self-employed forever. And that's where you won't be able to make impact. I'm not good with finance. The first thing that I needed to do, when I started the business, I was doing everything by myself. So I will do the quotations, do the invoicing, do the payroll, take the teams to site, work on site. I'll be a supervisor, then work with the team and. But when an opportunity to now say I'm ready to build a business, one of the things that I had to first make sure that I get somebody to do it was finance.
Yes.
Because I know I'm not good at this thing. Yambora, basically. So if this thing Yambora, that's the first thing that I need to get somebody to do it for me.
Yes,
because, and I will find somebody who's good at it. And I will say, look, here's your responsibilities. This is what I want you to do. These are your KPIs. This is how much you're gonna. Because the best way to run a business is to get somebody, hire skill, get the right person, pay them well, and allow them to do your work, to do their work without you interfering.
Yes.
So if you do that, you are able. That's why we see most successful guys playing. They are playing golf now.
Yes.
They know the business is running. They're only waiting for a report. The report is 2-page.
Yes.
Who do we owe? Who owes us? How much do we have in the bank? And they know that we are sorted.
Yes.
So we must be willing, and this is the current generation of entrepreneurs must be willing to build systems for their businesses, so that we don't have the same problem that our parents had, where if the shop owner passed on, the shop now ceased to exist.
Yeah.
So systems, we can talk as much as possible about them. But I think for me, that's where my passion is, to say I now realize that it's important to work on the business and not in the business.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and I'm doing everything in my power. Of course, because this is your brainchild, you will need to be around. But work on how you're going to manage everyone else and allow them to do their work, support them, give them resources, and allow them to thrive. Because if they thrive, automatically your business will also thrive.
Yes. And you know, the temptation that I see almost always, people have got issues with training and developing leaders in their businesses. Or asingwana mama, asingwana rachadi, asingwana malume, ingam for access the accounts. And there are these things still, they end up becoming the chokehold in the business. Talk to me about you saying, Ori, even these young people that I'm developing, I want to give them room to fail. I want to give them room to make mistakes so that I don't have to do everything by myself, because I think that's the fear, Norman. If I don't do it myself, I'm better.
I think we need confidence in business. You can't be an entrepreneur and lack confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, you've got no business starting a business.
Yeah.
The reason why you need to empower your team and give them resources, including training, developing them, means some people will say, yeah, train. If this person, that's what you want, because that's how you grow your brand. If this person is working for me, I've got about 6 graduates now. I don't have an illusion that they will work for me forever.
Yes, yeah.
But I want them, by the time they leave and join other operations, these people are going to be my potential, they are my potential clients.
Yes.
Because by the time they get to the other side, they are working for a big mining company and they confronted with a certain challenge. They will be able to sit in that boardroom and say, guys, I actually know a company that can sort this thing out.
Yes.
And they will come back to us. So training them or equipping them means my brand will grow.
Yes.
But not only that, if they are working for me, you want to have a competent staff. I don't want to sit here being worried that if my team is in Rustenburg working there, I might have challenges. Otherwise, I'm going to be the one having to go to Rustenburg.
Oh, yeah.
Now I want to go to and play golf. Or
whatever.
Do whatever.
Spend time with
knowing very well that I've got competent people that knows what they're doing. The only important thing for me to do, that's why I'm spending most of my time working on standard operating procedures, because the only thing that you will want to do is you don't want somebody to feel like it's too big for your organization.
Oh, yes.
Where he knows, if Naksaka miracle, then you've got a problem. Then if you put a proper standard operating procedure, then you give it to, and you can give it to anybody and say, if you do invoicing, these are the steps. It's like you've got a restaurant, somebody's working in the kitchen. If the chef is not there, then the food will taste somehow. Because those people will need to have a recipe for burger must be here.
Yes.
Everybody must understand how do we arrive at this finished product. So that even if they were to take me in 2 months' time, I will know how to make burger the same way as everyone else.
Yes.
So we must not be scared to give people access to our accounts. Obviously, you need a level of measure, which is control. I mean, all these operations, we don't wait for the director to pay salaries. He will see how much has been paid. And because of the systems are there, nobody will mess them up. Yes, they will manipulate them, but they will do that knowing what it's wrong. And if they were to be caught, they will get arrested or they will face consequences. But if you still don't want to let go of your business, then you're going to work in it forever. That's my take.
Wow, that's powerful. Take me back to a moment there in the business where things were hard. Where when you look at the payroll, you'll be like, the suppliers need to get paid. My employees need to get paid. How am I going to balance this? Maybe even the bank is saying, no, man, there's no one who they are willing to maybe give you assistance financially. Have you ever found yourself in that space? Because the temptation people have is then to think, no, this journey of entrepreneurship is too easy. They see people speaking about entrepreneurship, they don't even think, no, man. There are those moments more longering, you can't sleep because of no.
Yeah, look, it still happens even up to this day. I think COVID taught us a lot in terms of how you diversify your income streams in your business. So we relied on one big client that we were servicing at the time, and by the time COVID hit, we are all sitting at home. We can't do business with these people. There's no money coming in. It was one of those, defining moment where you need to sit back and say, is this how I'm going to continue running my business forever? And in a space where our business is related to commodity prices, you now sit and say, how do I mitigate this?
Yes.
I need to make sure that I diversify. I can't be doing business with one person.
Yes.
And I can't be relying on one income streams. And that's why we had to try and look at other avenues and make sure that we expand the business and open it enough. So some challenges are actually a blessing in disguise, because they get you to reflect.
Yes.
They get you to look back and say, with this challenge that I'm always faced with, what is it that I need to do differently to make sure that I don't face the same challenge next time?
Yes.
And without challenges and without all these obstacles that we go through, we will not grow. Because that's where we define our growth and we test the time that we have spent in the business. How much have we learned that will allow us to overcome this? So challenges are always there. To us, we see them as opportunities to sit back, reflect, and make sure that it doesn't happen again. We do have challenges where we don't pay salaries in time because such and such a client has promised to pay us, and when it's payday, we realize, oh no, the mama did not sign, and we're waiting for so and so to approve. It's not in the office, and all of that. Then you sit and say, what is it that we need to do different? Then we sit around the table, and one of the things that the business owners, the mistake that they make is not to include the team that you're working with, because these people are sitting with innovative ideas.
Yes.
And if you were to bring them down and say, guys, let's sit around the table, here's a challenge. We are always faced with this. We're paying salaries late because so and so doesn't pay us in time. What do you think we should do? You throw an idea to them and you leave them.
Yeah.
By the time you come back, they've deliberated on the idea, came up with a nice solution for you to implement. You say, okay, let's try it. Let's see.
Yeah.
So you somehow sit back and allow them to take control.
Yes.
But challenges are there. We face them every day, and we see them as an opportunity to fix our systems.
Yes.
Or build new ones if we have to. Yeah.
No, that's very powerful. That's very powerful, because people then, when they see other people having had made the mistakes, hey, that failure or that hardship, I'm calling it quits here. I'm calling it quits.
I think it also goes with what drives you. Because if what drives you is more powerful, it won't allow you to give up.
Yes.
I've faced so many challenges where people thought I won't make it. There was a time where I've got like I said, I've got an alcohol restaurant and a car wash business. The whole roof once was blown off by the wind, by a storm, whatever. But I had to sit back and say, do I give up? Obviously, the voice will be there and say, man, this thing, man, you can just let go. You will focus on something else. But you sit and say, look, I'm going to have to fight hard and get this thing back up again. Because it's not about this, it's about what I believe in. It's about the impact that I know this place used to do or it's able to do. And you can't afford to give up. You face challenges where you feel like, maybe I should just call my former boss there and tell him that I'm looking for work, for my work again. Maybe they might take me. But you sit and say, it's no longer about me. It's about all these people that are working for me, that I've lied to in a way and convinced them that I can give them a salary for the rest of their life. Because if you say to somebody you are permanently employed, you are essentially saying you can work for me until you go to pension. So once you've made that kind of a commitment, it's very difficult for you to give up, no matter the kind of situation that you are faced with.
And as we conclude, if there's one thing I'm sensing from you, you've got a sense of purpose and duty. And I'm wondering, I don't know if maybe you've done this before, but if you were to sit with your mom and you were to sit with your dad and to say thank you to them. Thank you, mom, you paid the sacrifices that you made for me. Dad, me seeing you fail, me seeing you make those mistakes, I learned something. If you had a chance, if you haven't done that, or no, man, I want to say thank you to mom and I want to say thank you to dad. What would you say to them?
I'm gonna be very controversial, and I know they might be listening, or somehow they're going to find a chance to their recording. I don't thank them enough, and the reason for that is my parents are very humble. And I know already whatever opportunity that they were able to do it for me, they were not doing it because they were expecting me to thank them after. Every time when I'm with my kids and they're going to school, all I say to them is, be a good kid. They know. It's the motto that, or my way of saying bye-bye. Every time I'll say, be a good kid. So I think me being who I am at this point, and the kind of life that I've lived or I'm living, it's a thank you enough for them. They've never been in a situation where they had to come to school because I've done something wrong. They've never been they've never been a police looking for me. They've never been anything that will make them to feel like they failed as parents. So I think for me, that it's a big enough thank you for them, even without me having to say to them thank you. So in any time, I'm very conscious not to disappoint them. And I think that on its own should be a thank you enough for them. If there's one way of because if you assist people, you don't assist them for them to come back to you and they don't owe you. You don't assist people for them to come back and thank you. They don't even have to mention your name. But you just have hope that they will also continue helping other people, and the chain must just continue. With that, it's enough. So I don't talk to them a lot, but they know. They know who I am. They know the kind of impact I'm making in the family and the challenges that I'm able to solve in the family. So to me, that's a thank you enough.
And then the person that we never get to thank, the one who pays the heaviest price, the one who risks it all. Oloring, if the banks or whoever gave you money to make the payroll come, kiana ho toganto. Kiana oloring the children, have you talk the school fees, the wife. She's paying probably the hardest price. Sometimes maybe when you are stressed. What did you say to her?
Look, I got married 2015. I was very young. And some of these decisions, you make them, but you get to realize that it was actually a blessing. In this entrepreneurship journey, support is very important.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right support structure, some people fail not because they are not good at what they are doing, because they don't get the right kind of support.
Oh yeah, yes.
So he's my go-to person, and she's running the show. That I must say. And the invoice is I'll still be able to buy pizza. I'll still be able to go to a restaurant and have a nice meal just to cheer me up, because my wife will finance that. So it's not always easy to forget there's always that constant reminder.
Yes.
And some of these things because kids are originally that kind of a support from her. So that's what keeps me going.
Wow, that is very powerful. And as we conclude, we are about to go to our 3rd annual business event. And you'll be there with us, teaching us some of these things that they may have never heard. Talk to us about that.
I'm so looking forward to that. I think today was just a snippet of what we're gonna be engaging on. I'm actually very honored to be part of that lunch. They call it lunch on, empowerment lunch on. Yeah. So. I'm honored to be invited as one of the speakers there. I will be talking about systems in business. So I will make sure that I make it very easy and simple for entrepreneurs that will be in the space, and aspiring entrepreneurs that will be in the space, to understand the importance of running a business, and the fundamentals, the basics that needs to be in place with regard to systems. Because you cannot, I cannot emphasize enough the amount of freedom that you get by having systems that are functional in your business, because that's where you buy your freedom.
Yes.
Your freedom comes from having the right systems in the business, functional systems in the business. And I'm looking forward to the audience. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting event. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still going to learn out of it, but I'm going to share the little that I've already managed to gather in this entrepreneurship journey as a lived example. I'm not talking theory, and I'm going to be as practical as possible, because everything that I'll be talking about on the day is my lived experience.
Yes.
It's not something that I'm saying the book will say this, and I'm talking about my life journey.
Yes.
But obviously the theory part will be there. I've implemented it to a certain extent, and I saw how impactful and relieving it can be to implement some of the most basic things in business. And yeah, so it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be held at BMW Polokwane on the 9th. I will be there as one of the guests.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to engage with anyone who will be there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Finally, where can we get hold of you? Where can we come and wash our cars? Where can we come and eat the beautiful meat? Where can we get hold of you, the businesses and everything that you are doing?
So the business that I'm most of my time in my 9 to 5, I'm employed.
Okay.
I regard myself as an employee of Magurum Process Solutions.
Yes.
So I'm the director and the only director in the business. So we are based in Habakuk Industrial, just outside Lewahome there. At factory number 5216, Habakuk Industrial. That's where my 9 to 5 is at. On weekends, I'm at Ronny's Car Wash. Ronny's Car Wash is in Magurum. It's an establishment. We are slowly turning it into what now they call it a lifestyle something.
Okay.
So yeah, you come there, you grab your beer or whatever, get your food while your car is being washed. You will find me there. So basically, those are the two places at the moment where I'm spending. I do have some of the other enterprises that I'm working on the side, but you know, some of these things you'll want to put them away from the eyes.
Yes,
yeah. But then basically these two, that's where I spend most of my time at. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much. You know, if there's one thing that I always say, especially to my guests, is that may God bless you. May God ensure that the assignment, the vision, the sense of purpose that you have to touch lives, to transform lives, may He ensure that everything that you do, those plans to transform people's lives, those plans to transform the community, may He ensure that everything that you are dreaming of, everything that you are praying for, may He make sure that it becomes a reality. That is my wish for you.
No, thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to the event that will be happening on the 9th. I'm sure we're going to meet there again.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's going to be another nice opportunity for us to engage. So, but thank you very much, and thank you for all your listeners. I really appreciate the opportunity.